Welcome back to Kindness Stories, the channel where we bring you powerful real-life and inspired tales that remind us of strength, courage, and the hidden power inside ordinary people. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share if you believe stories of resilience deserve to be heard. It started on a quiet stretch of farmland in the Midwest, a place where the corn grew taller than most people, and the sound of cicadas buzzed like nature's constant heartbeat. The land belonged to Emma, a 17-year-old girl who had spent her entire life working under the open skies with her family. Emma was bigger than most kids at her school, and because of her size, she was labeled with names she never deserved. They called her Fat Farm Girl, laughed at her muddy boots, and mocked the overalls she wore from chores. What no one knew, not even her closest classmates, was that Emma had been secretly trained by someone extraordinary. Her Uncle Jack had lived with them for years, a quiet man with piercing eyes, a calm demeanor, and a past he didn't share freely. Jack had once been a Green Beret Sniper, a man who had trained in survival, discipline, and resilience. While most kids were spending their summers at the pool or mall, Emma was running obstacle courses, practicing precision shooting with her uncle's guidance, and learning martial arts techniques designed to save lives. Her body was strong, her reflexes sharp, but at school she hid that side of herself. She let the insults slide off her like rain, pretending it didn't matter, though deep down it left scars. One fall afternoon, after a long day of school, Emma returned home to tend to the land. She loved the smell of soil, the feel of grain between her hands, the quiet peace of her farm. But that day, her peace was shattered. As she walked toward the barn, she saw 3 trucks parked near her family's property. A group of boys from her school, known for their arrogance and cruelty, had driven out there. They leaned against their trucks, tossing empty cans on her father's field, laughing and pointing. "Look, it's the Fat Farm Girl," one of them sneered, loud enough for the wind to carry it. Emma stopped, her jaw tightening. "This isn't your land. You need to leave," she said firmly. The boys smirked. One tall boy with shaggy blonde hair, the ringleader, stepped forward. "We just wanted to see where you live. What a dump. No wonder you smell like pigs every day." His friends laughed, and another boy kicked at the soil, crushing young sprouts under his boots. Emma's hands clenched, but she remembered her uncle's voice. "Control first. Never act out of pure anger." She took a breath. "I said, leave now." Instead of listening, they started circling her. They had no idea what kind of training she'd been through, no clue that every step they took closer put them right into her zone of control. One boy shoved her shoulder, expecting her to stumble. Instead, Emma planted her feet like a tree rooted deep in the earth. The boy blinked, surprised. "What's wrong? Too heavy to move?" he jeered. Emma's eyes narrowed. With a swift movement, she caught his wrist, twisted it the way her uncle had taught her, and the boy yelped, collapsing to his knees. The others froze, stunned. Emma released him, letting him fall back. "I told you to leave." The ringleader's smirk faded into something darker. He lunged, grabbing at her arm. In one seamless move, Emma pivoted, using his own momentum against him, and sent him sprawling onto the ground with a thud. Dust rose around them, the air thick with shock. The last boy hesitated, but pride pushed him forward. He charged, trying to tackle her, but Emma sidestepped, hooking his ankle with her boot, and he crashed face first into the dirt. Silence hung over the field, broken only by the groans of the bullies who had thought her an easy target. Emma stood tall, her chest rising and falling steadily, while her eyes locked on each of them. "This is my land. Don't come back." For the first time, the boys looked at her not with mockery, but with fear and respect they never thought they'd give. They scrambled to their feet.